Today we'll summarize in short what we learned in the Maimer וספרתם לכם, and especially try and add a little bit explanation to the most important part in the end of the Maimer. So first of all, the general idea that the Rebbe explains the meaning of Sfiras HaOmer, that Sfiras HaOmer is after the Korban HaOmer, the Minchas HaOmer, which is brought in the Beis HaMikdash, which is brought from barley. And barley is animal fodder, because the whole point of the Korban HaOmer is to elevate and refine the animal soul. First, by lifting up the grain in the Beis HaMikdash, which that represents lifting up the intellect, which is the source of the emotions of the animal soul, and then by taking and dealing with the emotions step by step, every single aspect, as is explained in the Maimer, to take every aspect of our negative emotional attributes that are animalistically inclined, and rather transform them to Kedusha, to holiness. And this idea is the 3 steps. Step 1 is Pesach, Moshcheni. We're stuck, we're submerged, we're sunk into the 49 gates of impurity. Hashem pulls us out. But what gets pulled out, what is inspired by the spirituality? Only the godly soul, and that's why it's singular form. In order that we are prepared and ready for Matan Torah, for receiving the revelation of the essence of Hashem in our lives in this physical material world, we need first to have acharecha narutza, that we actually from below, we involve ourselves with refining and elevating the animal soul step by step, until then we can reach to Aviani HaMelech Hadarov, to come into the king's inner chambers with the giving of the Torah. And that's the avodah of Sfiras HaOmer, וספרתם לכם Mimochras HaShabbos, and that's why it's called Mimochras HaShabbos. Why do we talk about the day after Shabbos rather than saying clearly the day after Yom Tov? Because Shabbos is the end, the fulfillment of the week of time. Shabbos is a day that's holy on its own. It's separate from all the other days of the week. And yet it's the fulfillment is still connected to the concept of time. Now, as long as one is still part of the concept of time, he can't change time. The whole idea of Sfiras HaOmer is וספרתם לכם, that we take time and we make time into something greater than what it is seemingly. We take time and we cause time to shine. Time, which is a nature of the world, we take it and וספרתם לכם, we make it shine. And as a result, everything that's about the physical material world that we're dealing with. Now, if we want to do that, we need to have a power from something that's above time. You can't pull yourself out when you're stuck inside it, and you can't use something which is still involved in it and connected to it in order to pull you out, in order to give you the power for something that's above time. And that's why it has to be Mimochras HaShabbos, the day after Shabbos, the level that's higher than even Shabbos, higher than anything that has to do with time. That gives us the power for the Sfiras HaOmer. And in the practical sense, in every single person's avodah, we have that every day and every moment of our lives. We, by nature, the existence that we're in is submerged and sunk into the gates of impurity. That's our reality. First is Moshcheni, Machras HaShabbos, the level that's above time, the level that's above the world. And that's why when we say Sfiras HaOmer, we say Atos Yivisanu Alidei Moshe Avdecha, from the connection to Moshe Rabbeinu, from the Moshe of the generation, from a Rebbe, a Tzaddik. He pulls us out. He pulls us out, but that pulling only affects us spiritually on its own, and in order to change the physical, we now have to take that power and actually transform the physical, and that's how we fulfill what the world's all about. And with this, the Rebbe connects it to Lag BaOmer and to the avodah of Reb Shimon ben Yochai of Matan Torah, of Pnimis HaTorah. So let's try and understand the idea of the connection to Lag BaOmer by first explaining another aspect about Lag BaOmer. Today we're already after Lag BaOmer, but there's also something special that comes in the days between Lag BaOmer and Shavuos. In Kabbalah, it's brought down that Hine matoiv umanoim sheves achim gam yochad. The brothers sitting and settled in a way that they're together. Why does it have to say gam yochad? We're together already. Sheves achim, we're sitting together. Why is the word gam yochad? In Kabbalah, it brings down from Zohar that the gam yochad means the connection between two neshamas that have already a connection to each other. That's the neshama of Chassan and Kala. That's the sheves, the hine matoiv umanoim sheves achim, is the fact that they affirm the connection that they have to one another, which that's what's called the kishuret tanoim, what's known as the engagement, the tanoim, the time when they reveal that connection. But the gam yachad is when, in addition to the connection that's open, now there's a deeper connection, which is gam yachad. That's the yichud, the unification through the chassan, through the marriage. These two ideas of chassan and kala express and represent Hashem and the Jewish people. And in Kabbalah, it brings down an interesting thing that Lag BaOmer is the Kishuret Tanoim, it's the engagement between Hashem and the Jewish people. And Shavuos is the Chasana, that's when there's the marriage between Hashem and the Jewish people. So it's not just Lag BaOmer was already, and now we're continuing on to something else, but actually there's the entire time. There's the period that's between Lag BaOmer and Shavuos, that's like the period between the engagement and the wedding. So it's not just one day it happened, now we're continuing to have this idea of the engagement. And in fact, it's brought down in Kabbalah and in Chassidus, it brings down the idea that between the engagement and the wedding, the chassan gives the kala gifts. And similarly also, between Lag BaOmer and Shavuos is when Hashem gives us, the Jewish people, gifts and brachas and hashpah, both material and spiritual, in abundance. It's a very good and auspicious time for receiving the ashpahs from Hashem. So the Eis Ratzin, the special time of Lag BaOmer, is not just Lag BaOmer, but it continues on now all the days till Shavuos. Now let's look at this concept and this example of an engagement and marriage. Why is there first an engagement and then marriage? The engagement sort of brings out the connection. The engagement is the promise we will get married. The engagement is the affirmation of affirming the idea of the fact that we have a connection to each other. We want to get married, and we will get married, and that's why there's the gifts that come in between, which strengthen that connection. The actual unification is by the wedding. In a similar manner, Shavuos is when we have the wedding between Hashem and the Jewish people. Shavuos is the chassan. Hashem gives us the Torah. There's the ultimate connection, the essence, the oneness, the unity between Hashem and the Jewish people. But before that, there already has to be established the fact that there's a connection. And that connection that's established is on Lag BaOmer. That's what the Rebbe explained in the Maimer. Lag BaOmer is the Matan Torah of Pnimius HaTorah. The giving of the Torah of Pnimius HaTorah. Now, why do we need a special Matan Torah of Pnimius HaTorah, of the inner secrets of the Torah? The entire Torah was given at Har Sinai, including the secrets of the Torah. Obviously, the Torah HaKabbalah, the hidden and inner aspect of the Torah, was given together with the rest of the Torah on Har Sinai. On the contrary, that's what Anochi Hashem Elokecha is all about. Hashem revealed His essence. So why is there a need for a Matan Torah of Pnimius HaTorah? The Rebbe explains an interesting thing. In the order, the way things go in Torah, is that one first learns Nigla the Torah, the revealed part of Torah. He learns deeper and deeper and deeper until he gets the secrets of the Torah and the inner secrets, and the deeper and deepest until the deepest secrets of the Torah. But first he has to start, as the Lashon of the Gemara, with the bread and water of Torah, and then he can get to the wine and the oil, to the deeper parts of Torah. But that's all once he already achieved, and once we reach Shavuos and we're able to connect. But before then, the connection has to be established. And to establish that connection, there has to be the learning of the secrets of the Torah, of the inner aspect of the Torah. Which means that in general, yes, we need to first learn Nigla, and then we can learn Chassidus. First we need to learn the revealed part of Torah, and only then comes the secrets of the Torah. But in order that the learning of the revealed part of Torah, and then the secrets of the Torah that follow, should be the way they're supposed to be, there first has to be establishing the essence of what a Jew is, the essence of the neshama of a Jew. And therefore, there's no ability to wait until after I learn the revealed part of the Torah, because in order that that should be learned properly, first there has to be the study of the secrets of the Torah, of the inner essence of the Torah, of Torah Chassidus. And as a result, afterwards, we can then connect in the proper way, and then we're able to get to Shavuos and the idea of the receiving the Torah. And that's why before receiving the Torah on Shavuos, before we get to Matan Torah, similar to the idea of the engagement that comes before the wedding, before we get to Matan Torah, there's first the Kishur Etznaim, which is the giving of the Torah, Pnimius Torah. That reveals the essence of a Jew, of what we are. Just like for וספרתם Lochem, in order to be able to count the Omer, we first needed the Machras HaShabbos, the level that's higher than Shabbos. And that level that's higher than Shabbos, that level that's higher than the world, enables us to go into the world, into the depths of the very essence of what a Jew is, of the physical existence of the animalistic soul, and to actually refine and transform it. And then we can get to Aviani HaMelech HaDarav, to come to the inner chambers of Hashem. And in a similar fashion, in order to get that the Torah should be able to be revealed in this world, down here, in the physical and material worlds, first there has to be the revelation of the very essence of the highest levels. And that's what Reb Shimon ben Yochai revealed, and that was in general the whole idea of Reb Shimon ben Yochai. Reb Shimon ben Yochai was the one who had the power to connect to the highest of high. And because he was able to connect to the highest of the high, because his essence was above the world, therefore he was able to reveal the deepest secrets of the Torah. And specifically on Lag BaOmer, on the day of his passing, when he revealed secrets that he never revealed throughout his lifetime. Secrets that are above the world. But those secrets that are above the world, they reach down into the physical world and material world to the extent that they reach the level of Hoid Shebahoid, which Hoid Shebahoid means when a person doesn't understand and doesn't know, it's just the essence. He has no reason and no understanding of why he wants to give himself over to Hashem. It's just because that's the way it is. That reveals the essence of a person, the simple Kabbalah soil of a person doing it because that's the way it is. That revelation and that essence is able to connect to the highest of the high and the lowest of the low, to connect together. That gives us the power that no matter where a person is, no matter if a person's still holding in a state, like the Rebbe one time said in a Sikha, that even if a person's in a situation where he knows that he did things wrong, where he knows that he did an Aveda, where he knows that he did a terrible Aveda, he says, how can I learn Torah Chassidus, which is the crown jewel of Hashem? And the answer is because from the essence of a Jew, no matter how low I am, no matter where I am, in my essence I have to reveal that essence. And that is revealed through learning the greatest and deepest inner secrets of the Pnimius HaTorah. And that's what gives us the power that no matter where we are and who we are, we're able to connect to the highest of the high. And that gives us the power to transform the world, to transform even the lowest part of our animal soul, and as a result to be able to come to V'yani HaMelech HaDarav, to the inner chambers of Hashem. In the giving of the Torah, and especially the Torah Chadasha, Me'iti Teitzei, the new Torah, which is the deepest secrets of the Torah that will be revealed with the coming of Mashiach.